Welcome to Abuja File. I am Vina Peters. The Senate has passed the Police Act Amendment Bill to enable a person appointed to the Office of Inspector General of Police to remain in office until the end of the term stipulated in the letter of appointment.
The bill, Section 18, the amendment of Section 18. Section 18 of the Principal Act is amended by inserting a new subsection 8A, which reads, notwithstanding the provisions of subsection 8 of this section, any person appointed to the Office of Inspector General of Police shall remain in office until the end of the term stipulated in the letter of appointment in line with the provisions of Section 7(6) of this Act. Section 7(6). And what does Section 7(6) says? That an Inspector General of Police shall spend 4 years in office. So it's already defined. And this bill is not seeking to do anything otherwise. If anything, as Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan would want to see happen in our country, this bill is only seeking to guarantee the tenure of office of the Inspector General of Police without prejudice to the various provisions in the Police Act as to the procedure for removal of the Inspector General of Police where he is found wanting.
And this section to enable a person appointed to the Office of Inspector General of Police to remain in office until the end of the term stipulated in the letter of appointment. Is there any clause anywhere that subjects the stay in office by the IGP to good conduct, to performance? Because, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, until people given appointments perform satisfactorily, when we simply give them the opportunity to serve as far as the tenure in the letter indicates, I think that will be abused because somebody will feel he will not be removed regardless. And I think if there is no proviso, I have my worries here. Thank you.
The worry I have is that the amendment sought, no matter the intention, is seeking to make an appointment to last as long as the appointment letter lasts. So, if somebody has appointed a person as Inspector General for 5 years or for 10 years, what this Senate is being invited to endorse is that by this amendment, if passed, the person must stay in office for 10 years. I know, Mr. President, Senate President, you have observed rightly too, that within this period, nothing stops the President from firing. But that leads us back to where we are coming from, which, as someone who started life in the police, are very sad about. This Senate should rather think of a holistic review.
The Senate, in the Committee of the Whole, considered the Nigeria Police Amendment Bill 2024 and approved as follows. Long title as recommended. Number of clauses 1 to 2 as recommended. Interpretation clause new. Short title clause 3 as recommended. Schedules new. Explanatory memorandum as recommended. Is this a true reflection of what transpired in the Committee of the Whole? A bill for an act to amend the Police Act 2019 and for latest matters therewith 2024. Third reading taken and passed.
President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has apologized to Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan for his recent comment during a plenary on the 18th of July.
I also want my children to do well. So, distinguished Senator Natasha, I want to apologize to you if you felt offended. If I had mentioned that we are not in the market, they will say I said you are a market woman. If I said that you are not in a nightclub where people shout above the noise of the music, they will say you went to nightclub. If I said you were not in a community meeting in the village, they will say Akpabio says Natasha is a village woman. For me, there is nothing I will say that will not be misunderstood. But the interest generated in the social media, people jumped in, shows that you have a lot of political enemies. It also shows that I do have enemies. All of us here contested elections with people. So whenever those people think that they are being brought down, they will jump up and they will say all sorts of things. I noticed even some of them that could not pass through Senate screenings went into the fray and abused the Senate President, abused you and all that. I don't know how you took it, but I felt that I should tender a public apology to you over the miscommunication and the misunderstanding. So do accept my apologies and my colleagues for anybody mean any harm, and I did not mean what they are misinterpreting in the social media. And I hope this will come to an end. And people should concentrate on. So I hope the apology is accepted.
The House of Representatives have passed a bill seeking to increase the minimum wage from 30,000 to 70,000 for Nigerian workers.
In accordance with the provision of Section 58 subsection 2 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended, I forward herewith the National Minimum Wage Bill 2024 for consideration and passage by the House. This bill is to prescribe a national minimum wage and provide a legal framework for seamless review of the national minimum wage and for other purposes connected therewith. While appreciating the House expeditious consideration of this submission, please accept, Right Honorable Speaker, the assurances of my highest consideration. Please will consider this submission in its usual expeditious manner. Please accept, Right Honorable Speaker, the assurances of my highest consideration.
The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, says that the proposed nationwide protest was ill-advised, urging the citizens to abandon the plan. The Coalition of Middle Belt Youth Leaders have warned youth from the region not to join the planned nationwide protest slated for 1st of August 2024. Spokesperson of the group, Nasiru Jagaba, gave the warning on Tuesday while addressing journalists in Abuja.
Consequently, we wish to state unequivocally that all Middle Belters should stay calm and stay away from this planned protest that will destabilize our peace. We explore a better approach to communicate our thoughts on the current economic setback. Our premise for calling for this boycott is to the security of our people, the Middle Belters, especially our countless rural dwellers who suffer incessant massacres from militia groups. While we acknowledge President Tinubu's effort to clean up the damages of the previous administration, we urge him to continue to be more equitable, particularly to the Middle Belt ethnic nationalities. We assure that we will never partake in destroying this effort to recover Nigeria.
The House of Representatives directs the Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission and distribution companies to revert to the old electricity tariff for Band A customers.
The report has been fully widely circulated among members. The findings of the joint committees is that the Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission should reverse to the status quo as earlier contained in the motion of the House when it was considered, and that within 60 days they should comply with the provisions of section 116, 2D, E, 3B of the Electricity Act, that an independent team of experts should be contracted by the joint committees to carry out forensic investigation on what should be the actual cost of electricity tariff. 3, that all electricity distribution companies should reverse to the old tariff pending the resolution of the matter by the House. The conclusion of the joint committees is that the implementation of tariff increase should be over a period of time. It should be in phases, not what they have just done. It should be in phases. Then the committees thank the Honorable Speaker and the leadership of the House for giving them the opportunity to serve in this ad hoc committee.
Members of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS Parliament, have charged the heads of state and government in the region during the closing of the 2024 Fourth Ordinary Session of 6th Legislature of the ECOWAS Parliament in Abuja, to build on critical recommendations by the parliamentarians to tackle pressing issues in the sub-region.
This session was like a signal of a change, a new view of the parliament. And it was important for us to bring here the topics for all the things that can improve the life of the people of the community. Because we are a parliament, but we have to give our point of view to the conference of the head of state so they can take and work on the reality, on the life of the people of the community. To make the head of state to take an account all the decision and resolution that the parliament.
The second colonization of the people of Africa by the West, we say no to it. We stand at all times to resist it. Africa, I don't know what we did to the people of the West. They try to manipulate us at all times. We are blessed, we are endowed with everything it takes to be a country of our own. It is a challenge to every neighboring country, every country of ECOWAS, to work together as one and solve our problem of food shortage, the problem of insecurity, among others. The most problem of Africans is the problem of indoctrination. If we can free ourselves, free our mind from the problem of indoctrination, we have already solved our problem more than 70%. In terms of the brain we have, in terms of energy we have, those Western worlds who are manipulating us, they don't have anything better than us. But if we are indoctrinated, believing that their skin color is white and ours is black, that we are inferior to them, that is where problem comes. Problem of inferiority complex. So Africa, we are the best and we are number one. And we must be seen to be so. So the issue of trying to place them above us, the plenaries we had here have already explained it. And members from various states in ECOWAS have already made an assertion, and I believe our people should take correct.
The Speaker, ECOWAS Parliament, Memunatu Ibrahima, wants the parliamentarians to work on the path to ensuring the achievement of the objectives of the Parliament.
The plenary met 17 times to deliberate and adopt resolutions on various issues. The high number of plenary meetings has been a step in the right direction, as it has enabled us to meet and discuss issues of importance to the community. We have also heard presentations from 5 development partners on the work they are doing in the ECOWAS region. Our exchanges with the partners have been very rewarding and have paved the way for other collaborations based on common objectives. We also recognize that parliamentary debates are the cornerstone of a truly vibrant democracy, without which democracy is reduced to a body without a soul. This is why, for the first time in our session, we have introduced a number of debates on issues of public interest. Our discussions provided new perspectives on the issues discussed, including youth migration, climate change, drug abuse, human rights, and poverty in the sub-region. The rich exchanges that followed were the subject of pertinent recommendations from the honorable members, which will be placed on the agenda for discussion by the various committees for concrete measures to be taken. Honorable members, dear colleagues, we have also had the pleasure of welcoming the President of the ECOWAS Commission, who presented us with a detailed report on the implementation of the community's work program. In addition to the presentation by the President of the Commission, the commissioners in charge of ECOWAS Commission's departments took turns in the plenary to report on the implementation of their programs. These presentations were followed by in-depth discussion that gave us a better understanding of the workings of the ECOWAS Commission and paved the way for greater synergy and collaboration between our institutions. Be rest assured, honorable members, that we will continue to consolidate upon what has been achieved, building on what has already been achieved, and working to strengthen future partnership between our two.
The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, have disclosed measures implemented by the Commission to curbing prices of goods, promoting fair competition, and protecting consumers in the country. Acting Executive Vice Chairman of FCCPC, Adamu Abdullahi, made this known at the press conference in Abuja.
And to address public concerns over soaring food prices, the FCCPC implemented measures to curb price gouging, promote fair competition, and protect consumers. We monitored markets, partnered with stakeholders, enforced pricing transparency, and sensitized consumers. We monitored markets and also took action against underweight bags of rice, the sale of expired goods, cement price hikes, substandard iron rods, and alleged discriminatory practices in the Chinese supermarket. These efforts underscore the government's dedication to safeguarding Nigerian consumers and fostering a fair marketplace. It is a well-known fact that inadequate supply of electricity is one of the biggest challenges facing Nigeria today, with huge implications for both national economic growth and the well-being of consumers. Consequently, complaints about poor service delivery by electricity distribution companies, these are discourse, by far the highest category of complaints received by FCCPC. The most common consumer complaints in the industry include exploitative billing, unlawful disconnection, non-metering of consumers, lack of transformers, and other salient issues. Given the relevance of electricity as a critical utility, the Commission prioritized intervention in the industry to tackle prevailing issues and improve service delivery. by implementing various programs and initiatives aimed at promoting transparency and accountability in this sector.
The National Agricultural Development Fund says its active participation in various projects, programs and initiatives will help alleviate the issues of food insecurity and boost productivity.
Going into a partnership with Niger Foods to produce 10,000 hectares of mixed cropping, it's maize and soya this month, and then another 20,000 in the wet and dry season. And we're doing this, as I mentioned earlier, our overarching principle here is to optimize unutilized assets towards production. We're visiting the Nigerian Army farms tomorrow. We visited the one in Giri, and we're going to Ede in Osun State with them tomorrow. There we are looking at partnering with the Nigerian Army farms to do 4,000 hectares of cassava. We've been speaking with the Dawn Commission, the development agenda for Western Nigeria. We had a 2-day parley with the 6 commissioners of agriculture of the Southwest, and we are also about concluding a partnership, if not for other problems, to partner with the Dawn Commission in that. It happens to be one of the most promising crops in terms of our export valuation. The NBS reports about 20% growth year in, year out in the past 5 years. Export value is close to $500 million, and Nigerian ginger is rated the 2nd. However, this disease came, so the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security set up that task force. There are 4 units to the task force. We happen to be in 1 unit. The mandate of our unit was to see how we could help recover the livelihoods of these smallholder farmers. So we gave out inputs for these smallholder farmers to go on to a crop rotation of to plant sorghum and maize. 1, as a livelihood recovery scheme. 2, crop rotation is hopefully would stem the growth of that disease.
If you have been partnering with Ahmadu Bello University, maybe we will have remedied the epidemic that occurred in Kaduna State as it affects ginger production. Are you not thinking of how do we now revamp this research institute? How do we partner with them? Don't partner with people that are already. This is somebody that is dying. He needs your intervention. If you go to Mokwa, for instance, you have a large sum of land there, procured and was being maintained. There are structures by the Ahmadu Bello University Research Institute. We just allow those things to die. With this kind of fund, why don't we intervene to make sure that our research institute come back to life?
The Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria calls for the intervention of the Inspector General of Police over allegations of unlawful demolitions.
An urgent call for the IG of Police, Dr. Kayode Egbetokun, to investigate allegations of unlawful demolitions carried out by suspected armed hoodlums, allegedly accompanied by police. We found that these demolitions reportedly took place under orders from a DIG, actually a DIG, the name of the DIG that was being accused of authorizing the activities that was carried out by police is said to be Abiodun Alabi, a DIG. I think he's the one that's in charge of the Southwest or whatever. So we're calling on the IG and the Special Weapons and Tactics Unit, the person in charge of SWAT, was also being fingered as part of those that authorize the use of police illegally, which we are asking that the IG should investigate without any further waste of time, because this allegation is to the effect that the police action in helping the hoodlums to carry out the demolition was done without the authorization of the knowledge of the Commissioner of Police in Lagos State, or the knowledge of the Commissioner of Police in Lagos State. Drawing a major point from detailed petition that we received and acknowledged by the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, which we are going to forward to each and every member of the media that is here, we are highlighting a series of disturbing incidents involving a private investment firm that is based in Lagos, an estate business conglomerate that is called Harmony Gardens and Estate Development Limited. The petition claims that on July 22nd, that is 2024, Modupe Onion Operation allegedly took along with him some police operatives from Zone 2 and a group of armed hoodlums and launched as a surprise attack on the property of this company, Harmony Gardens,